Hey guys, good morning. How are you? I feel like I'm a little late this morning, but that's okay. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let's see who's here in the chat. Um, Make sure to bubble your questions up so I can see. Hey, Victoria. Good morning, Gangstar. Good morning, Vicious Virgo. Good morning, Grand Rising. Good morning. Hi, Pineapples. Hey, Boo. Hey boo, what's going on? Me oh my, good morning. Hi Anisha. Hey lady, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi LOL. Good morning. Hi M Jones. Good morning. Hey Erica. Let's see. Let's see. BBG, good morning. BBG. Okay. Do you guys remember BBD? Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you know. So whenever I see BBG, that makes me think of that. Did I say Anisha? I think I did, but for the 2 times. Hey, Kitten Zombie. Hey, K Solo. What's good, ladies? What's going on? Did I get everybody? Okay. Okay, y'all. 106. Let's see what the likes are doing. I hope it's at least 50. Y'all, come on now. Seriously. Y'all tripping. Okay. Yesterday was my birthday. Hey, K Solo. Happy birthday, sis. Happy birthday. Happy solar return. Mrs. Tay, good morning. Jesse V, good morning. Taylor XO, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Who else did I miss? Okay. Jesse V, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to all my members and mods. Good morning to all the subscribers, everybody. Bougie Gang Gang in this thing. Good morning. How's it going? Okay. Guys, let's talk about last night. Good morning, hun. Um, Yesterday, guys, I made a very good dinner. You'll see it in my vlog. I should have put up an Amazon haul yesterday. I'm not thrilled with it, but I'm going to put it up because, girl, I edited it. But I'm working on the vlog for tomorrow. So, guys, go ahead, support my channel. If you guys are like, what? Fran has a vlog channel? Yes, she does. I do, and I do, and I do. Okay, maybe you guys forgot. Go check out my vlog channel, please. If you'd like to know, why does she talks so much shit? Does the walk and the talk match up? And it does. And it does. Go check me out over on my vlog channel. It's called Francoise Vlogs, period. Go check it out. I'm over there waiting for you to come through and see what I got going on. But let me tell you something very interesting. You know, we like to talk dusties over here. We like to talk relationships. I want to tell you, yes, please wish sis K Solo a happy birthday, y'all. Cumpleaños feliz, cumpleaños feliz, cumpleaños feliz, cumpleaños feliz. Yay! To all my Spanish speakers out there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That was happy birthday in Spanish. Okay, period. Yes, guys, there was a video put out last night. I don't know. I'm sure you guys did not see it because it only got like 600 views. But we talked about her yesterday, guys. I'm gonna need for y'all to stick with me because this is very interesting. Um, you know, the secret recording on the YouTube streets is real. Okay, there seems to be a lot of that going on, and this is a very good conversation, and I would like to break this down. There is a whole woman out here that seems to have just a little bit too much extra money in her pocket, which wouldn't we all like to have that problem? But this is really, thank you so much, Kitten Zombie. This is when it goes bad, okay? Because we're going to talk about it, and I need for y'all to like, this is serious because at the end of the day, some of these people out here, some of these men, and it's, we're not male bashers over here, we love men, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is that when you intermingle just a little too much, when you're just too much of a pick me, it can go real bad real quick. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I really would like to start this from the beginning, but I feel like it sounds too low. I hope you guys are going to be able to hear this. I'm going to turn this up. Anyway, okay, let me get back to this screen over here. This is crazy. Okay. I don't know how this is going to turn out. We already know that a protective order was put out on this person, but we don't know like what's going on here. So and it's a black screen the whole time. These people are certified weird, but it's okay. You can be weird, especially when you want to be weird and post it on YouTube. I'm cool with that. Turn your I'm going to advance this a little bit. So we're over here. We saw this the other day. Remember Mercy Gono, her fiance, GERALD ADDY, remember he got removed from the home with a protective order, right? He's not supposed to be near her. He's not supposed to post about her. He's not supposed to anything. So I'm not sure what's going on, but last night he put the full conversation out about them talking about the home. Now, I'm not sure. He says he's titled the video. This was last night, the 19th. Mercy Gono is a chronic liar. This is the one that we talked about. She just went from 1.5 to 1.6 million subscribers. Is the full recording of the facts unedited. So basically, this is a conversation between the two of them. This woman, basically, in my opinion, and many others, if you're a lawyer out here, real estate attorney, real estate agent, this chick done bought him a house. Okay. Okay. I'm telling you, ladies, you got to stop doing this with your money. And then you're going to hear this. Look, I get both sides of this because at the end of the day, there's people who support GERALD, obviously, who feel like GERALD's getting a bad read online. And then there's people who support or don't support Mercy. But at the end of the day, this is a couple who, uh, who are online, but basically this is a YouTuber who has allowed her complete and total personal life to kind of become part of her channel, her lifestyle channel, by releasing information about herself that is not favorable and makes her look very, very, very fugazi. Okay. And let's go ahead and start listening and we're going to talk about it. But at the end of the day, did she lie? Um, it's all in how you look at it, okay? It's all in how you look at it. This is kind of one of the situations where perception is going to be the key, right? Um Can you guys hear this?
Yeah, I know.
The first part of this is very low. He must have been like, talk more into the
You want to
microphone.
talk to that lady if you want to talk to her, kind of see what she offers. I'll be open to that. That's fine.
So let me set this up a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, so Mercy Gono moved to Atlanta. I'm going to do a reaction of when they moved into this house, maybe later today, so you can see this home that's in question. So basically, her boyfriend, GERALD ADDY, was a financial advisor. He basically got fired from his job from Chase. Something happened. He was relieved from his job at Chase. He was an advisor at Wells Fargo. He went over to Chase. Somehow, I think the internet started calling him the Liberian swindler. They let him go thanks to the YouTube streets. The man lost his job. I think they blame another reaction channel or commentary channel out here. I don't know if that's true or not, if she's going to be, labeled as the cause. But anyway, long story short, this man was in a forbearance on a rental property, of which Mercy Gono now lives in. And when you guys saw him get served by the sheriff and removed with a protective order, that was the house. He was in a forbearance. He had tenants, but clearly something was going on. Either he wasn't paying the mortgage because the house was getting ready to be foreclosed on, but he got a forbearance where they put payments to the back, and he went ahead and refinanced the house. How did he refinance the house? Basically, he sold the house to Mercy. Technically, it was a house sale, but to him, he's saying he refinanced it and put it in her name. Well, the only reason why you would do that, sir, is because you did not have the credit. So basically, he sold Mercy the house, put it in her name, and they got $100,000 equity from the house because the value of the house had gone up. So the mortgage was done for a higher price, for $100,000 net gain over the actual amount that was owed. And he got the check for $100,000 and blew the money. Okay. According to Mercy, bought a Porsche. He bought some kind of foreign, was buying luxury items and things like that. Right. And basically, she is stuck with the mortgage and the house in her name. According to this recording, it doesn't sound like she really wants the house. She'll take the house, but the plan was supposed to be, according to him, was that the house would be in her name. And because obviously he didn't have the credit or, the ability to do the transaction, why he needed to use her, we don't know. But my first thing that I want to talk about today is stop letting people include you into their financial plans. If you're not supposed to be up in their plans, don't. The fact that this man is a boyfriend, even a fiance, he should not be trying to calculate you into his financial maneuvers. Okay. That's where a lot of you ladies go wrong. You got someone, you think you want to help them, you want to be there for them, you want to ride for them. Now all of a sudden they are low key putting you into their financial plans. Okay. It's going to pick up pineapples. It's a little bit low at the beginning because obviously he must have been filming and didn't know. She didn't give him $100,000. The house, let's say the note on the house was 200. He basically sold the house for $300,000 and paid off his forbearance, right? And she's the one who bought the house from him. So basically, hey, buy my house from me. And then when I can pay you back, you sign the house back over to me. That's basically what it was. Some old ghetto, let's refinance. Okay. So he had the house. He was in forbearance, which basically um, is akin to foreclosure, and he refinanced the home. He got $100,000 profit from the sale of the home, putting the house in Mercy's name. And so Mercy basically bought the house. Well, he harassed her so much to the point where she did a quick claim deed, right? And put him on the deed, and he still owed her. I think he gave her $16,000. He owed her the proceeds because basically he told her that he owes her $60,000. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay. But I want you guys to listen to this. I'm gonna speed it up because there's a part that's very low and then it's gonna start to pick up. Film my daughter without her okay. I'm giving
Hurt nobody.
Okay, then
For anybody to be defensive, putting the phone up.
okay.
They don't.
You can put your phone up, but like I'm saying, don't put me in a situation where I feel like I have to defend myself.
If defending yourself means calling the cops, that doesn't bother me.
Okay. It can mean anything. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna be doing anything to hurt nobody. Okay. For anybody to be defensive, but I'm gonna hold my phone up if I want to. You can't tell me what to do.
Okay. So now she knows that he's recording her.
If you don't want me to say hi to you or TT, I'll stay out the way.
You can, like I said,
because I don't know what you're talking about.
So they're still in the house. She's like, I'm not getting a hotel. This house is in my name. I'm paying the mortgage, and I'm going to not be in this house. Like, you're not going to not have me up in here. So basically she's holding on to her property, and this is around the time that she was saying she wasn't with him, but he's making videos in the same sunroom she's making videos in. It was completely crazy. So basically, I think that he harassed her basically to the point where she put his name back on the deed. And in theory, what you're doing when you put someone on a deed, you're basically giving them part ownership of the property, in case you did not know. Okay?
Being unsafe. I can do anything you want me to do. That's what I'm saying.
You can do that.
What would make you feel like I'm away out of your way? I would do it. I would avoid you entirely.
Well, can you guys hear this? I'm not telling you to be away and out of your way or this and that. I can choose my own actions and you can choose yours. I'm just saying, your recent video had my daughter crying in the back, and you made sure to make a caption putting her in there.
Were you not with me here? Were we not just having sex 4 days ago?
Ooh.
Are these things not true? Am I lying on you? I
Gerald.
can't take anybody on that, Mercy. I'm sorry. I'm not
Gerald.
lying on you. You're lying to yourself.
Gerald.
Yes, Mercy.
Okay. The only reason I came back to you,
Mm-hmm.
and as I've told you before, it's
Mm-hmm.
not a crime
Which
in
is
front
why.
of me. I don't want to argue with
Go
you.
ahead. I'm listening to
I
you.
can, if you're defensive and stuff,
I'm
I
not
can't really
defensive.
talk,
I'm
and
listening
I'll
to
just
you.
leave.
I'm asking you which is what. Go ahead.
You and I
Mm-hmm.
got back together under these
He said, "Were
circumstances
we
of
not
we
just
were going
having
to get
sex 4 days
counseling,
ago?"
we're going to get therapy,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk to pastors, we were
Mm-hmm.
going to pray, we were going to talk to our families,
Mm-hmm.
apologize to our families, then go online and make things clear.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason that I came back to you. No other reasons.
Okay.
And since I came back to you, it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like we have been working towards that. It hasn't been perfect, but it seems like that's the route we have been taking. I've been, I told you I was in counseling before I even came to you. I told you about the whole counseling thing.
But I have been telling about counseling way
But
before you got
listening
into
to me,
counseling. Go ahead. I'm
listening
sorry.
to me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we both got in counseling. We both were working on things and we've done things here and there to try to fix our relationship and then to go online and make things clear, which I did agree to that. I told you I was going to make a video with you. I was going to do everything, including even this house thing. We've handled all of that. When you treat me a certain way and I tell you you've had a lot of demands of things that you want me to do, which I've done.
Also, too, guys, just so you know, you can't, there's nothing to see. It's a whole black screen. So there's nothing to see. That's why I'm just got the visuals up because it's no point. But you guys can hear, right? So basically, he's got a lot of demands. The main thing is these two clearly don't trust each other. When you see this, you're going to understand. They don't trust each other. He sold her the house. When she says you sold me the house, he's like, "No, I did not. You were supposed to sign it back to me." Clearly he didn't have the credit. So she did the financial transaction to get the house out of forbearance, and she's the owner. The deed is in her name, but he doesn't even want to admit to the fact that she owns the home now. But he harassed her enough to where she put him on the deed, and I guess she felt in good faith they were going to get back together. But clearly, these two don't have trust for each other, and there's issues with money. And what I would advise to any of you single women out here who are making some money, you have more than enough. If you are with a man who does not, and he is trying to include you in all of his financial transactions, he needs to use your credit, all of these things, don't do it. If homie is supposed to be a boss, let him be a boss on his own. Do not commingle your money, your cash, your finances, your credit with someone who you don't even trust. If all you can do is get in the bed and have sex, that's not enough to commingle your credit, because at a certain point in life, that's it. If you don't have good credit, I don't care how much cash you pay for stuff. You want to buy a house, you're probably going to have to finance it. You want to buy a really nice car, you might have to finance it. At the end of the day, you want to be able to make the moves you want to make. When you're in your 20s and your 30s and you don't care, but damn it, when you get to be my age, you want to have some damn credit. Okay? You want to go to Paris, you want to go to Dubai, you want to go buy a nice car that costs 50, $60,000. The days of driving a $7,000 go here, get here is over. Okay? When you're in your 40s and 50s and you want something smooth to ride down the highway in, bitch, you better have a good ass job, lots of cash in the bank, or some good credit. Okay? Don't allow someone who needs to use you to make money in financial moves to use you to make money in financial moves. This guy, if he's truly a boss, he should have been doing it on his own. Okay? And the fact that he was in forbearance and needed $16,000 from you and netted $100,000 profit, and for her, as she said, to put the house back into your name, you were going to have to give her the $100,000 and you did not. Well, sir, you don't get the house. So this is the conversation that they're having about it, and or selling the house, or and a couple of other things, but we've only got about 20 minutes, and I think you guys should listen to this because this is the kind of stuff that does not get heard, and this is really crazy.
I asked you to do one thing, you refused and continue to tell me that you want me to do this and do this and do that. I lost trust in you. I lost faith in you doing the things that you say you would do when you say you'll do them. Because till this day, I'm still 100% paying this mortgage by myself as you live here and as you're now on the deed. That was not what we agreed on.
So
That
she
was not
put
what
him
we both
on
agreed
the
to.
deed. Do you hear
But you
that?
let
He and she will say in this video, since they refinanced this house, she's been paying the complete and total mortgage. He has been living off her the whole time. Okay? Okay?
me trust you. I put my trust in you. I moved back here, brought my daughter back here, thinking I'm working on a family. When all you want is a motive, you want everything done your way. You want your house in your name, or you want the house in your name. You want your name to be clear. You don't want to pay mortgage because you feel a certain way. That's not how life goes.
I do want to pay mortgage,
So,
so I'm sorry you feel that way. I
so
definitely want to pay mortgage.
okay. So now we're here at a point.
You want to pay mortgage? Well, pay your bills, sir. How do you tell someone you're going they take you my thing is this, Mercy, how could you be so silly? The man was already in forbearance with tenants. He owned the home. He's basically going into foreclosure. The bank allows him to go into forbearance where they take your payments and put them to the back, okay? So you don't get to skip those payments. They just put payment number 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You've missed 3, 4 months. And by the grace of God, they're going to put those to the back. You have to prepay the interest and they're going to put those to the back. Okay. She took you out of forbearance, paid off the forbearance, $16,000. So if he was in a 4 month forbearance, this is like a $3,000 to $4,000 mortgage. Okay. She paid off the forbearance and then bought the house so he could keep it. He gets a check at the closing table, cashes it, and goes and buy a sports car and puts money down on another house. He just put up a video where he just bought a house that he's turned into an Airbnb, and you're going to hear him talk about that. Girl, this woman, Mercy, I'm sorry. It's like one of those girls that you have that you're good friends with and they're smart, but they're also stupid at the same time, doing too much, too thirsty. If Mercy needs to have higher standards. This woman is a registered nurse who is not a stupid woman. She is book smart. She's got a career, all of the things. She has figured out a way to create 1 million+ subscribers on YouTube, but she is steady dating men who need her financially. However, you want to take that to the Gerald supporters out there, because girl, let me tell you, they come and cap for him in these comments. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, he needs her credit. He needs her cash. Ladies, keep your purse and your legs closed, okay? If you got someone who just wants to dip in you, they want to put babies in you, but they don't want to put a ring on your finger, run. Somebody wants to be in your bank account and use your finances to call themselves a boss, that's not a boss.
Where you feel like things are not going your way. So you betrayed me once again by going online to make videos and claim that I am a liar, that I've been here sleeping with you, but I'm pretending that I'm not with you, and that I took your house away from you. All of these things that you said online. You betrayed me once again. You lost my trust. Maybe you thought I was going to jump online and fight with you about it or
Yes,
start a
she's
whole
very
battle.
pretty.
No, I just see the situation for what it is. I know I'm not lying to you or I'm not lying to myself. We both agreed to come together, work on things the right way, and do things the right way. I was never not agreeing to go online and say things, or we talked about everything. I told you we had to write everything down, but I felt betrayed when you went online and started making claims about me once again to try to destroy my character. I hope you got the reaction you got or wanted, but when you do that, that takes me out of the picture. So it makes me feel like, again, I really, really can't trust you, and this is a dangerous situation, and I need to get out of it. So I've come to the conclusion of that. This, you and I just don't, we're not compatible, like your mother said. You and I just
Like
don't
your
have the same
mother
beliefs, the
said.
same um, ideas. For me, a mistake, a huge mistake was done once, which was what happened online. You did a lot of horrible things to me online. I did horrible things to you online. For you to still be
The fact that she could get back in the bed with him after he basically posted her up. I mean, he did the YouTube nightmare where you're capping, but your person who is like got the behind the scenes access basically pulls back the curtain. It was kind of like when Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, if you guys remember, pulled back the curtain on the mighty and powerful Oz and saw that he was just a little shriveled up tiny old man, running everything on microphones and electronics, and he was controlling everything and everybody in Oz, but he was just a regular ass, regular. He wasn't like a god and all powerful being. He was just a regular man. Okay. She pulled that curtain back. So Mercy was looking like natural hair carista. She's all beautiful and perfect. And she had a very squeaky clean image. Even when she left the baby father in Ohio under some weird circumstances and kind of, some things got revealed about that relationship, where she kind of posted up and capped as married, but really wasn't. She never said she was married, but she never corrected people who made the assumption of that, right? She moved right in with Gerald. She was kind of low key talking to Gerald through the internet. When she decided to leave Nandi, she went on down to Atlanta, pretended like she was moving into a place, but actually moved straight into Gerald's apartment. So, more cap, girl, nobody's managing your vagina but you. Like, you didn't have to lie to us. If you wanted to go move in with your boyfriend, do it. But Mercy is very God fearing, and she knew she was getting ready to shack with another man, and she didn't want that interaction. Plus, she has a big following in Africa. She's Liberian, obviously, and she has a very big following at home, and she knew that people were going to judge, and the African community in the United States was going to judge and feel a way. But she's an adult and she can do what she wants. There's nothing wrong if you are okay with shacking, shack. I mean, a lot of us, including myself, have done it. But at the end of the day, if you're going to live with a man, live with a man. Live with a man that wants to take care of you, not expose you, not use your money, not try to be low key jealous of you. I think that Gerald, my opinion, yeah, Mercy's not squeaky clean here, but Mercy was so happy to have a man, girl. She was so happy to have a man that she turned a blind eye to some things and how she was allowing herself to be used, and she has no one to blame but herself. I mean, this is no one to blame but herself. But yet and still, like I told y'all yesterday, girl, through all of it, she still picked up another 100,000 subscribers. If you missed that yesterday, through this last 90, and she really low key blamed Gerald for the fact that her account got hacked because who else had all of her information? They are in one of those type of relationships where you got to give up all your passwords and everything, and she did, and her account got hacked. Okay, and weird shit was happening. Anyway, long story short, she's got her channels back, but she's still been able to thrive. But this guy is a certified bum. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like his ways. Even if Mercy duped him, Mercy had him out here basically as a secret because she didn't want to go public on their relationship because of everything that was going on. At the end of the day, this is also her fault too. But the fact that this man needed her so much to make financial maneuvers, yeah, that's lame.
be having this victim mentality and telling people how I said you were broke, how I took your house from you, I chased you out of your house, I'm dishonest, I'm sleeping in bed with you as I try to pretend. It's all crazy to me. And For me, the first time it happened, I thought it was a big mistake. We both agree that, hey, we made a big mistake, and we basically ruined ourselves online. But for it to happen again, that tells me that that's something that is a thing, and that's not a thing that I want to be a part of. I don't want to be in a relationship that is me and my partner are embarrassing ourselves online whenever we get a chance. I don't want to be a part of that. I can love you, you can love me, but that's not love. That's not love. I'm a public figure. So if it means that every time I have issues in my relationship is going to end up public, then I don't want to be a part of that relationship. So that's where I draw the line.
So let's stop right there. That's the first good sense that I've heard Mercy talk. I mean, ladies, if you are in a relationship, I don't care if they take to Facebook to drop subliminals. I know a couple too. I know, look, I'm going to just say it like that. I'm aware of some people online who, when they get into it, girl, the subliminals, like, if he'll lead you to it, he'll lead you through it. Like, you already know they've been arguing. Okay. So if you know that they're going back and forth taking shots at each other. That is so lame and tired and weak. Me personally, I'm so glad I never engaged in that type of foolishness. If I can't talk to you direct, I can't talk to you. But I'm so glad that she said, I see what you're doing. Number one, you can't change. You can't have meaningful change in life until you acknowledge the problem, right? I think that's number one. First, you must acknowledge that there's a problem, okay? And maybe that you need help. But at the end of the day, you're acknowledging that it's a thing. You see him doing something more than once, it's a thing. It's not a coincidence more than once. First time she forgave, but even the second time, Mercy, you still came back, sis. But you're talking some sense. You got to just put it into action now.
Choose my actions, and I'm telling you that you can do what you want. You can spill all the beans and spill all the tea you want. I will choose my action. And when the only reason I agreed before to go online was because I thought we were doing it together as a unit. I thought we were going to go clear our names. We were going to go do things, as a unit. But if it's not done your way, you're going to go and say the things that you said that they were very hurtful, because I know you and I know it's not true. You and I know I didn't sneak to Georgia to come sleep with you as I pretend to people online that I'm not with you, I'm scared of you, and this and that. You and I know that's not the case. So you're painting that picture online to try once again to try to create this thing or whatever it is. But I leave mine with God. I know what the agreement was between you and I will stand on the highest mountain to say what it is and be honest about what it is. It's not a crime for a woman to leave a relationship and go back. It's not a crime for a
This is
man to
not
go
what this
back.
is about.
Okay, beauty and brains, but weak in the knees. Absolutely. I agree with that. So this is childish. Unfortunately, yes, because at the end of the day, a man should have his own money. And the fact that she has the credit and the finances, her going in there. See, this is one thing that a lot of these ladies make a mistake on. Some of these single women, they're over here on YouTube, they're making a shitload of money. They're making more than they would have made at their good corporate job, their good nursing job, whatever that they're doing. They start making that money starts rolling in. And then you got someone who's like, let me hold something. If you're with someone who's talking about, let me hold something right now, run. Shut the bank account down. Stop telling people about your money and your finances as a woman. There is no man that should be looking into your finances to try to see what he can hold. Okay. If you're with a type of dude right now, you're hearing my voice and he's talking about, let me hold something, girl, stop it and run. Stop talking about your money. Stop telling people your business and stop giving out clues to what you got. And I'm talking about friends too. If you got a friend that needs you every other payday for $50, strong mommy Chrissy, okay? Run, run, run. I haven't seen one person online talk about they borrowed money. Did Olivia ever borrow money from somebody? I just know that Strong Mommy Chrissy borrowed money from Olivia and Hips. Okay. When you're running low and you got that one friend that needs $50 from you all the time, you guys are constantly exchanging money, run. Don't make me part of your strategy. Get your own money, sis. Post some more videos. Get up out my pockets. Stop observing me. I don't like that. I don't. People already know, don't ask me for shit, period. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I don't even like to give out loans. But at the end of the day, if I do, I really fuck with you. But at the end of the day, that's not even me. I don't even give off that type of energy. I would hope that someone feels very nervous before asking me for something. Like, you better be really, you better be serious asking me for something. Okay? Girl, let me tell you something. Haitian beauty, let me tell you something. Some Haitian people are tight. Okay? Tight. But that's how you keep your money. That's how you keep your money. That's how you have money. That's how you build money. That's how you build what you have, by not squandering it around. Now, when you need to help someone, you give it. That's how I was taught. I don't even like to loan. If I'm going to give it to you, I'm going to give it to you. Period. That's it. I don't even want to play collection agent. If I want to help you, I'm going to give it to you. But trust and believe, you better be on your, like, girl. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Okay, period. That would be a turnoff as a single woman. Don't ask me for shit.
Fortunately, I'm sorry, I'm listening to you, but
Okay.
this is not what this is about. It's not about that.
It
It's
is
bigger
for
than
me.
that.
No, it
Yeah,
is for
and I
me.
know how that
You
can
took
hurt you.
that option for me, and I want nothing to do.
Like, basically, she's saying you came to my job and you're trying to ruin my reputation at my job. Like, me coming back to you is not against the law. Me coming back to you is not a bad thing. But you are using our relationship as leverage to get what you want from me financially. That is the situation. Do you hear this? He is not getting what he wanted. He got partially what he wanted from her. He saved his house. He liquidated some equity out of his house. He used her credit to make that happen. The smart thing she did was not immediately add him to the deed. He wants to be the sole person on the deed, but still keep the damn mortgage in her name. And she's like, oh, hell no. Hopefully, I think maybe she spoke to someone in her family, or maybe just God said, don't do that. Don't do that. So they did the transaction and it was immediately in her name. Then at some point they did a quick claim deed and she added him, which means that now he owns 50% of the house, unless there's some sort of contract that doesn't state that. The good thing for her is that even though he's exposing her, that this conversation is now part of the record, if you will, because if they do have to go to court, I don't think she cares so much about this house, even though she is decorating it and all of these things. She's using it for content. But the fact of the matter is, it is a very nice home. And I'm going to do a reaction to the tour that they did, because it's definitely worth seeing, and all of that. But anyway, he was feeling some type of way because she said her house. I bought a house. But he was very adamant that it's his house. He didn't even like her really saying our house, because, and then he said, well, I knew that when we got married, whether you put me on the deed or not, it would become 50% mine anyway. But yeah, let's keep going.
Do with it anymore.
Okay.
That's just where I stand.
So,
So now I'm telling you, just like you would always say, if you don't do it, I'm going to go do it. I'm telling you, you can do what you want. That makes you happy. Whatever that clears your name. Anything you want to say about me and anything you want to, portray or whatever you want to do, you're okay to do it. For me, I have a child here that I have to protect. So all I'm saying is, please do not put me and my child in a situation that is going to cause a lot of problems between you and I, because things can go from where it is right now, where we're standing or sitting and talking to each other, to getting really nasty. And I don't want things to go that way. I want us to just be respectful of each other. Hopefully, you do exactly what you want, say anything you want online, but I've left the room to you. I've left most of the house to you. I'm in a room with TT to give you the freedom to film or do anything you want in this house until further notice. Because, and I say further notice because you and I have this house. I'm still on the mortgage. I'm paying the mortgage. So I'm not going to go pay for a hotel somewhere it would be stupid. I don't have that kind of money to be
It
wasting on
was
something.
stupid to
So
put him on the deed.
I'm gonna be here until it's bearable or until things get nasty, but hopefully it doesn't get that way. And that's all I'm saying.
And fast forward, I'll link it to my community post. For those of you guys who missed it, girl, the sheriffs came to the house. She issued an order of protection on him. And this might have been right before, but she was talking about him showing the baby in the back seat of the car. And then maybe a couple of days later, because he already put this video up, but he didn't put the whole thing, she had him removed with an order of protection saying she feared for her life. But when the sheriffs came to pick them up, they said no contact and no contact even through the internet. So I don't know if him putting this video up is going to be in violation of the protective order because he's not even supposed to be talking about her online. So it's quite possible he could end up getting arrested for this because that would be violation of the protective order of him even discussing her. So I'm not sure, especially look at the title. Well, you can't see it now because I took it down. But Mercy Gono is a chronic liar. Here is the full recording of the facts unedited. But sis, at the end of the day, you put him on a quick claim deed, which gives him 50% of the house. And you guys already took out the equity. Unless the value of the house has increased significantly, you guys will probably end up paying money across the closing table instead of getting money when you sell it.
I apologize that I kept interjecting, and the reason why I'm apologizing is because it can be difficult sometimes when you're listening to something and you feel like it's so abstract. Like right now, while I understand everything you say, and as far as feeling like I shouldn't be recording you, or and you're right, I shouldn't be recording you. I don't want to record you, or even feeling like you're with a partner that is going to be recording whenever there's a problem or going online. All those things that you're saying are just unfortunate because I've never been a partner. That while I'm with a partner, then all of a sudden here, I understand you're a public figure, like you just said that you are, and I respect that you are. But I don't think that ever occurred to me that going online would be an option here. Now, what happened here is when I try to communicate with you and we break down and you refuse and double down, and I feel like we have nowhere to go,
He sounds like the
and
type to
there's nothing
cry.
else other than me feeling like I'm in a position where I have no decision to make here, especially considering the circumstance, which we can't forget. So I'm not gonna. I know you had your chance to speak. I just want to speak if you don't mind.
Go ahead. I'm not going to
Yeah,
interrupt you at all.
because the circumstance surrounding what is happening here with you and I, and like we like to reference here, we had a lot of time, like 3 whole days, to discuss what we needed to do. You know very well that I, in all my imperfect ways, have been a man who tried to do my best in being good to you. When we fight, we go ahead and do our own separate things. And that's kind of the dysfunctional way we've worked. But
Lady Diva, regarding the social media accounts, it hasn't been proven that it was him, but he probably had something to do with it. He's the only person that had all of her information. Not to mention, she basically low key alluded to the fact that it was him, but there, I don't know, like we don't know that, we haven't gotten a follow-up on that. Regarding the original baby dad, we've done videos on that, so if you guys want to know about her and Nandi, I've got a video from about a year ago when talking about the situation that happened with the daughter's father, about a year and a half ago when she first left Ohio. So thanks for bringing that up, Walk by Faith. But yeah, we've hit on that. But yes, Mercy has been a fool for love. Basically, at the end of the day, she's been a fool for love. And he's very manipulative. But at the end of the day, we're gonna give both of them some because even though she's very beautiful, she's a woman. He should not have been using her like that. She should not have allowed herself to be used. And sometimes we as women use whatever we got, whether it's those hips, those thighs, those bank accounts, to hold on to a man. And she should have been strong enough within herself to say no and then let the chips fall where they may. So even though he's asking and she's giving, yeah, it takes two to tango, sis. You know what I'm saying? So even though them hips, them thighs, that bank account, yeah, that's some manipulation too. That's some, well, if I give him what he wants, I can hold on to him. See if you can hold on to him by not giving him what he wants.
to ever have been described out here as somebody you're afraid to be around, for example, somebody that's aggressive, or that your child can't be around. I know you talked about coming back. You and I didn't have no. We had our own problems about this house and just us coming together in a relationship. You never had to worry about being afraid around me. I told you for the longest here when we had that situation in Savannah and to moving into this house, terminating the lease with these tenants, to being in here and all the decisions I made, holding my end with you for the monies that I had owed you by then, the $60,000 that I had owed you.
They terminated the lease with the tenants. They terminated the lease. So the tenants needed to know, well, the lease is no longer in effect. If you didn't think that could happen, it can happen. Trust and believe. He was in a financial situation, so he had legal ground because at the end of the day, he was in forbearance. And if he thought that he was going to lose the house or he couldn't afford to keep another residence and that residence, that's the risk of having private owners, right? Not a company who owns the properties. But in these hard financial times, I would be leery about that. But hey, do what you got to do, sis. But at the end of the day, they terminated the lease, refinanced the house to live in it. Not saying she was short on cash, but he definitely was. Okay. He couldn't even afford to keep that house as a rental property anymore. And to navigate the deal, which she did, that was smart of her to make that her residence and to get herself on the deed. Um, by not keeping the tenants, you would think that they would have kept the tenants, but they would have also had to keep up another place. And clearly his pockets weren't sitting like that. So it was smart that she went ahead and moved into the house and they got rid of the tenants so that she could claim occupancy to the home. But the dumb thing that she did, the mistake, was putting him on that damn deed until he paid her off.
To coming in here and still making a deal with you with the understanding that we're gonna get married still. We're still gonna get married. So if I put this house in her name and she signs it over to me, we get married, we still own the house together. I discussed all these.
He's sitting up there talking about if I put the house in her name. He wants to maintain control so bad. You sold her the house. You sold the house to her to get money in your pocket and get out of forbearance. He doesn't want to grasp in his head that he sold the house. He says stuff like, I put the house in your name.
Things
He's a
I
weirdo.
put a house in your name. I even signed a contract with you saying the down payment, I will pay it back. Then I gave you $60,000 when I received the money because I couldn't give you all of it. I really needed to finish my house in Atlanta. I had no job by this time. I was jobless. Well, because you
BBG, keep in mind, this is before she put him out with the sheriff. They were getting married at that time. Okay. He put this up yesterday, but this doesn't mean it was recorded yesterday. This was recorded in between that video that he put up on his channel, picking up her daughter from daycare, basically exposing her that he was still with her because she was on here talking about, I just went to therapy, guys. I'm doing so good. I'm moving on. Meanwhile, her and Gerald were living in the house together, having sex, all of the things. And then he goes and she's taking a break from social media. Meanwhile, he's exposing the fuck out of her and she didn't know it. This is the conversation right before she had him extricated from the home by the sheriffs on a protective order.
and I had some differences. You refused to see that I was jobless, no children. I was just trying to get my house in Atlanta going so I can get my Airbnb going. And I was going to refinance that same house and get you the rest of the money. But even still, then the deed was still in your name. You hadn't added me to the deal, the deed yet, nothing. You refused to even add me, just by being
That's
fair.
not true. I'm sorry. A lot of the stuff you said right now is not true.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if that's what you're really believing.
What's not true then?
And
Did you want to add me to the deed?
yes,
When?
I've told you since, first of all, I've never wanted to do this deal.
No. Did you want to add me to the deed?
Yes.
And why have you not been?
First of all, I never wanted to do this deal. First of all, I did not want you in my pockets. Can you guys own your feelings? I'm talking to someone out here. If you know you should not do something, don't do it. Don't let some penis convince you to do something you know your parents would be like, and what the fuck did you do? That your friends, that even when you look in the mirror, that you're like, why did I do that? She said, I didn't want to do this deal. I never wanted to do this deal. He probably was sitting there convincing her, romancing her. He's got this African American, African, beauty, African here in America who I'm going to convince, talk about the old ways, talk about back home. And I'm going to convince her to let me up in this credit because I got one more deal I need to do and I'm going to use her. She didn't want to do the deal. But because she's thinking they're going to get married and all of these things, she is allowing herself to be used. And now look what's happened.
Been at it.
Listen, you have been at it.
Like after being disgraced?
After being disgraced, okay. You have been at it.
You gotta let me talk.
I told you, number one, I never wanted this house.
You gotta let me talk.
When you and I were in this house, many times
so you don't want me to talk. Who said
I don't want this house?
You still came in here. But then you still went online and said it was your house.
After you disgraced me.
It is her house. She's paying for it.
Telling my story. Of owning
your
story
disgraced me.
Why?
When you knew that the house was in my name, you went and told people that.
In your name?
Yes.
Who said it was in your name?
It wasn't in my name.
Didn't we have an agreement that you would sign it back to me?
The house wasn't sold to me.
It was put in your name. It was never sold to you.
So it was in my name.
It was put in your name.
It was put in my name and you got the $100,000 out.
Yes, and I paid you $60,000.
Were you supposed to pay me $60,000 or
yes.
the full amount?
What full amount? The house was in your name.
$98,000.
It wasn't 98. Please.
It was $98,000.
It was 25,000 extra.
It was $98,000.
It was not 98,000.
When the house got in my name, you owed me $98,000.
No.
He does not. If you sell a house to someone, you transfer title. She's got a mortgage in her name. This guy is a fucking numbskull. He does not want to say the house is sold to Mercy. You used her to get you out of forbearance. You sold her the house. Technically, if you want to just say you put it in her name, what? You didn't put nothing in your name. Your mortgage was in forbearance, sir. She got you out of forbearance and took the mortgage. That is, she owns it. And the deed was issued in her name and her name alone. You sold her the house. But do you see how he reacts when she says you sold the house?
No, I did not owe you $98,000.
We have paperwork that says that.
Show the paperwork. I owe you $60,000.
Show me the paperwork.
So how come you keep saying you pay me half of the money?
Because I'm telling you that when I pay you $60,000, I'm not lying.
You're lying again.
How do you mean I'm lying?
You owed me $98,000. You paid me some of it,
that
which
is not
was
accurate.
$60,000.
Okay, there you go. I paid you $60,000.
But you said you're saying again that you only owe me $60,000.
Mercy, I'm sorry. You're confusing me right now. What do you mean?
I'm sorry you're confused.
I said that I gave you $60,000 of the money that I owed you.
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
So now you're clarifying.
The additional money that I signed with you on the table was $25,000 additional dollars.
You owed me $98,000. $98,800.
Mercy.
Damn.
You paid me $60,000.
The additional monies that you're I don't owe you $98. Look, what you're adding into that money is the rent that we split. Let's talk about the rent. No.
We have never split rent. You have never paid
that's what's added up on that money.
But you have never paid me a dime.
So don't add it there then. Don't add it.
But you have never paid me a dime.
Let's talk about it. That's separate. That's
We've never split any rent.
That's separate. But we haven't. I told you I was gonna split it with you.
Words are cheap.
Okay.
You've told me a lot
Words
of things
are
that
cheap.
have not happened. You have never.
Finally, she's waking up. I hope that Mercy is listening to this today to remember this conversation. Do not allow your hard work, your blood, sweat, and tears on YouTube, your blood, sweat, and tears in nursing school, your blood, sweat, and tears of moving from Ohio to Atlanta, and all of this mess to ever let you get back in a situation like this again. This is not your husband, and you're sitting up here commingling your money, supporting this man to do things that he can't do without you. And that's the benefits of a wife. Okay, even wives can be duped at the end of the day, but at least you've got a little bit more financial footing that it makes sense that you're commingling money. This guy was barely a damn boyfriend.
Never split a dime of rent with me.
Well,
so
like
he has not paid rent. No, he has not paid the mortgage. He's been using her.
Be fictional.
December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 7 months.
Okay. Of those 7 months.
That's almost a year. That's over half a year.
You've paid the mortgage for 7 months?
Every single month.
That's a lie.
Oh, we're gonna
so
see. You have paid?
I'm sure you got all your evidence to show.
I do have them.
Don't worry.
I do.
I'm sure I got evidence where I sent you money to
Okay,
cover it.
I don't know who your evidence are
No
for.
problem.
Again,
I'm sure you have
can
it.
go online.
I know what your colors are, so I can
Okay,
expect
I
that.
guess we're arguing.
No,
against.
you were arguing while I was talking.
No,
you never
I
let
don't
me
have
talk.
any colors. Everybody knows your color.
You're not letting me talk.
Who have colors.
You're not letting me
I
talk.
came to you here in private and told you I want to talk to you.
Yes,
like
and I listened to you for you to talk.
Like normal
while I started to talk, you
now
interjected.
you're talking about colors again and evidence and this and that. I'm not gonna do that with you.
God.
I'm not gonna do this with you.
I'm just speaking based on our history.
I'm not. Yes, your history.
It's
you're the
also
one who
okay.
repeatedly go online.
Mercy.
You're the one who has that history.
Mercy, you have to allow me the
You're the
opportunity
one
to talk.
who
As
has
of right
that
now,
history.
all I'm hearing you doing is talking over me.
No, I don't want to argue with you, so I want to leave.
So you want me to listen to you, but you don't want to listen to my points.
I want to listen to you if you're not going into something that's triggering.
I wouldn't go into anything triggering.
About online and colors and this and that.
Girl, Haitian Beauty, that's what he did. He paid with some sausage. He paid with eggplant.
I was speaking to you when you interjected.
He was eggplanting and she was writing checks, okay?
Yes, I said I talked to I talked to you very politely about when
Ivy, yes, he's not paying mortgage. We can't even talk, okay?
So you can sound it over to me. And you were very upset that I said that. Like literally very upset. Because you thought that the money I owed you was separate from the deed agreement. And I said, yes, I understand. Rejected.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I said I talked to I talked to you very politely about when I received that money. At first, I told you I wanted to wait till the deed settled in, so you can sound it over to me. And you were very upset that I said that, like literally very upset, because you thought that the money I owed you was separate from the deed agreement. And I said, yes, I understand. It was all still related. It was all still related. At the end of the day, the reason why I went ahead and put this house in your name is because I wanted to deliver on the $60,500 I owed you that.
No, it's because you wanted to get $100,000.
I could have just sold my house and not give it to you.
Why didn't you? I told you that many times.
Because I was engaged and we were working together.
He didn't. She said, go ahead and sell the house. She didn't really even want the house. He didn't sell the house because he was trying to keep it. He was trying to use her to get the money and keep the house. And you see how he was trying to incorporate marriage plans in that as well, because he had already thought ahead. See, it's funny when you're just living your life and going based on good deeds and just living and feeling like people are going to react with you or operate with you the way that you're operating. He was plotting, planning, thinking, determining that this is a woman with a certain type of credit, a certain type of persona online. The fact that he is still posting as of yesterday, this is someone who you wanted to be your wife. Mercy Gono is a chronic liar. This is who on your channel that you're posting about, someone who you wanted to be your wife. This is crazy, right?
I said sell the house. Let's get a separate house.
Now, once again, you just
did I not? Can you be honest for once? Did I not tell you to sell the house?
This particular house, we never talked about selling it.
Oh my God!
Did you
contact Open Doors 3-4 different times and backed out of it to sell it?
Well, what are you talking about right now? I'm saying I've always wanted to sell this house because I didn't want.
Now what?
I'm saying at first I'm not confusing anything. If you let me talk, no, I'm not confusing anything. This is a house that I had the most equity in, where I could get my hands on money, obviously. But this house was a beautiful house, like I said, in a great location. And I've never wanted to sell it because of those things. So even when I entertained options with Open Door and things like that, you knew, like I knew.
So he wanted his cake and eat it too. He wanted the $100,000 equity, but he still wanted to keep the house. He didn't have the credit to do it, so he used Mercy for it. The only thing that he was not planning on is that Mercy would wake up out of her digmatization and not put him on the damn deed. And that's where he flew off the lid. Okay. That's where he got mad, because the house is in her name and he didn't like that. And then she was also not posting him up on the internet after they fell out, and he didn't want to be a secret. And he doesn't trust her and she doesn't trust him. And rightfully so. You guys should not have been so deeply financially involved, not even a year into a relationship, exchanging and doing so much business with pleasure.
Like I expressed to you, I never really wanted to sell this house.
Hey, Marsweeta. Good morning,
Right. So
They
hun.
had a lot
you
of.
sold it to
Hey,
me.
Greenheart.
not
Good
sell
morning
it.
to
That's
coming
the point.
in.
So what did you? How did you get the money?
Can we?
So
Couldn't
understand,
I open
listen to him
doors
argue
3, 4
about
different times
the
and back out of it to
transaction.
sell it?
What are
He
you talking about
refuses
right
to
now?
call the
I'm
house
saying
a
I
sale.
always wanted to
Selling
sell
it.
this house because I didn't want.
Okay, now you what?
I'm
You
saying at
confusing.
first, I'm not confusing anything. If you
You
let me
are.
talk, no, I'm not confusing anything. This is a house that I had the most equity in where I
Ungrateful.
could get my hands on money, obviously. But this house was a beautiful house, like I said, in a great location, and I've never wanted to sell it because of those things. So even when I entertained options with open door and things like that, you knew, like I expressed to you, I never really wanted to sell this house.
Right. So
They
you,
had a lot
you
of.
sold it to me.
I did not
to
sell it
get.
to you. That's the
I
point.
did not sell it
So
to
what
you.
did you? How did you get the money?
Can we stop and let me explain?
How did you get the money?
I had a deal with you where I would put the house in your name, like I did all the mortgage process and everything. Put the house in your name, and when I get the money, I will pay you back the monies I have for you. You sign the deed back over to me. We're expected to get married anyway. When we get married, we'll own these things together.
So did that happen?
It didn't happen that
It
way.
didn't happen exactly.
Because once the deed got into your name,
no, because once you sold the
You can't
house
let me
and got
talk.
the money, you
He refuses to call it a sale. So he says, I went through the whole mortgage process. So you don't have fiduciary responsibility anymore. Like, walk with me, guys. If you have fiduciary responsibility and a property is in your name, you own it. You're paying for it and it's signed to your name. If you change ownership, which is the deed, and you change fiduciary responsibility, it's not like he took a house and put it in her name and he's still paying for it. Even then, he still doesn't own it. He's just on the hook for the note. Not only did she claim fiduciary primary responsibility, but a deed was filed in Georgia, in Atlanta, in her name. Homeboy, you got $100,000 that of equity out of a house that is no longer in your name. You sold the house. You sold it.
refused to pay me the money you owed me,
That's not
and then
true.
you insisted that I gave you the deed, and I
No.
said no.
That's not true.
So basically, he was going to give her that equity back to get the title back in his name. And I'm not sure why he was giving her the $100,000, but shit, maybe he owed her $100,000. God only knows, because she said she also gave him $16,000 cash to get out the forbearance. But after the forbearance was paid off, then they actually sold the house. So you'll hear her talk about $16,000 too. We've got like 5 more minutes left.
True, I would have never done that. Then why did
Yes,
I give you
that's
$16,000?
exactly what happened. I had to cry. I had to beg.
That's not why.
Really?
No.
Why was I crying and
You
begging?
begged because you wanted me to give you the entire money.
Right.
And I told you that the
And
house
you
was
said you
already in
wouldn't.
your name.
You said
Why
you
would I give
wouldn't.
you all the money, including the down payment I said I would give you, while the deed is still in your name? That's crazy.
Oh Jesus.
I had to wait for you to put the deed in my name, but I give you all the money back. But I still
Did you
gave
do
you.
it? Have
Yes,
you done it?
I gave you $60,000.
Have you done it? Have you given me all the money you owed me?
Just said
Even now that the deed is in your name, have
no,
you done
the
it?
deed is in your name and my name right now. It's not in my name alone.
Jesus Christ.
It's a difference. And
Wow.
you're not allowing me to talk. There is a difference for the deed being your name and my name and just my name alone. There's a big difference.
The deed is in my name and your name, but I'm paying the mortgage.
You're not going to let me talk at all? Or are you just going to keep insisting on your point and being...
No, I'm not insisting on my
But I let you talk and you keep interjecting me
Go ahead.
over and over and over. I don't know if I can continue to talk because you keep talking over me. I don't want to spend time here arguing. So when you talk over me, I'll just forget this talk. I don't do it no more. But as I was just saying to you here, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just explaining to you how I feel as well and things that's happening here. I feel like when I got the money, like you said, I became hesitant about giving you the entire money without having the deed in my name. Because, like you also know, during those times we were arguing very often and having a lot of differences. Okay, so I knew that I still owed you at the time before I received the money or signed off the house $60,500. So on the closing table, you remember you had to do an additional
On the closing
$25,000
table.
signed.
How is he saying he did not sell her the house when you're at a closing table? Like, just the fact that he argued with me for 30 minutes about whether you actually sold me a house and we have closing documents. We went to a real estate attorney. We transferred everything. I'm carrying the note, all of these things. And you're going to tell me it's the gaslighting for me. Like, this is crazy. But this is what Mercy's been going through behind the scenes, guys. And like I said yesterday, she still grew 100,000 subscribers. You know why? Because she kept working. She put up a whole nother channel, used that channel to discuss the drama. The hacked channel was hacked and she wasn't really posting over there. But even through all of that, people were still subscribing to her channel. You know what I'm saying? And I guess one of the things too I wanted to talk about this morning very quickly is that you see people who have minor, like someone called you fat. Someone talked about a pimple on your chin. Someone said your butt is square. Someone said you need to take a shower. And these tricks don't post for 2 weeks and come on here on live streams laying down and crying. Can we get some work ethics around here?
You have that agreement. I have it on my old phone, but
Hey, True. Good morning, sis.
So for me, when the deal was closed, I did wait a week because I was waiting to see when the deed was settling.
Absolutely, BBG.
So that you can sign it over to me and I can make the entire payment. I feel compelled to make the entire payment. That's how I felt because everything was in your name at that point. So when told you that, you cried heavily because you felt hurt that I was not giving you something you did for me out of the goodness of your heart. And I felt bad that you felt hurt when you
I
cried
would be
that
like,
hard
I'm getting ready to go
because
lay
I felt
down.
your pain. So I just wanted to help explain to you what was going on.
Don't come in my room.
Feel like I wasn't understanding how you felt as far as the sacrifices and the things you did for me, as far with the monies and things like that. So I told
Ooh,
you, I sat you
true.
down, and I told you that
Yes.
I
Thank
don't have
you.
a job right now. You know the losses I've incurred here, and I've continued to pay bills as for months now without a job, and that's okay. But what I would like to do is fix the house up in Atlanta so that I can start the Airbnb. I already have the tenants at the top.
So let me tell you, the Airbnb video is already posted. Gerald Addy, GERALD Addy. He's already got it posted. The tour of the Airbnb. So remember, this is prior to that, but then he got removed from the home on a protective order. We're gonna just wrap this up. It's just a couple more minutes. I think he says some more foolishness, really quick, and then I will this
Once I can
is
start the
this
Airbnb,
is
I
a
can keep the income
fascinating
coming in,
couple, these
and
two,
then I'll
because
refinance
clearly
that
he's in
house and give
violation
you
of his
money back since
protective
you
order
still
right
live in this
now.
house anyway. So what I would do now, I'll continue. I sat you down and I told you that I don't have a job right now. You know the losses I've incurred here, and I've continued to pay bills as for months now without a job.
With the $100,000. So you're talking about paying bills with the money that you owe me? Ninja, please. The money you're supposed to pay me, you're allegedly using to pay bills, but you still have not given me enough in the form of a mortgage for a house that you say you want to keep. Make it make sense.
And that's okay. But what I would like to do is fix the house up in
Greenheart, as far as we know, about 3 weeks ago, I'll post the videos. I'll put them in a playlist. I have maybe about 10 videos now on Mercy. I will put them in a playlist. Okay. Um, he, as far as we know, about 2 weeks ago, the sheriffs came and there was a protective order. Mercy said she was afraid for her life, and that was around the time that this recording was, I think, originally done. Because since then he has taken ownership of his Airbnb. He was at the real estate office with the attorney. He closed on the Airbnb and immediately drove over, like in a vlog style, and posted that. I mean, he's got an interesting little channel, basically, because he's low key posting all the drama. Since Mercy says that she is stopping talking about the drama, but he's still letting us know what's going on. Mercy is posting natural hair care videos. Mercy is like, look, I'm decorating. Okay. Stop playing with me. So she's not even acknowledging it, but stuff is going on. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes now with their relationship, but clearly something is going on or brewing because he was served a protective order. He put that video up. That video went down the next day, but I reacted to it. So the whole video is on my channel. But I'll create a playlist, guys, so you guys can get caught up on Mercy and get caught up. But Homegirl, girl, she's living her life at the end of the day. Is everybody's life perfect? We all know that it's not. Everybody's got a whole lot of shit going on. Even on a great day, something is going on, right? Maybe not to this magnitude, but at the end of the day, my main thing is, sis, keep your pockets, your legs, your heart just a little bit closed until you know that you got the right guy. Always be looking around and wondering what the next thing is, because and it's not to be untrustworthy, but there's a lot of people out here who are scheming on you. And I think that this is a man who was scheming on her from the beginning. He lured her from Ohio to come to Atlanta. She already started with the bullshit when she moved in with him, basically telling her community she moved one place, but then ended up moving in somewhere else. Girl, we didn't care where you were living. But she went ahead with this whole charade. Like, she started off bad. Mercy is a little bit with the shit. She doesn't mind covering up and doing some weird shit. And that's her fault. Hopefully, she will learn a lesson that if you have to lie to people about what you got going on, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Let's just finish this up real quick.
Atlanta, so that I can start the Airbnb. I already have the tenants at the top. Once I can
Absolutely.
start the
Come up
Airbnb,
off
that's
her name
additional
and her
income coming in,
finances.
and then I'll refinance that house and give you the money back since we're still living in this house anyway. So what I would do now, I can take you to the bank and give you
Okay, so I was talking over this.
opportunity to
Listen
pay
to
your
this.
bills as for months now without a job, and that's okay. But what I would like to do is fix the house up in Atlanta so that I can start the Airbnb. I already have the tenants at the top. But once I can start the Airbnb, that's additional income coming in, and then I'll refinance that house and give you the money back since we're still living in this house anyway. So what I would do now,
So he never planned to give her that $100,000. He always planned on another home. Okay. Another home. He's wheeling and dealing with her. So he spent that $100,000, and now he's talking about, well, I'm going to refinance the one that he's going to open for an Airbnb. And it's amazing, guys. Let me tell you, some of you all who think that you can't even get approved for a mortgage, understand this is a guy who doesn't even have a job, but he's getting houses and loans and all kinds of stuff. Okay. This is a complete fool out here who is still managing and handling his business. Okay. His business, his agenda, who he used, who he got to help finance him. I think actually Mercy may have financed one of these other houses because she talked about that in one of her videos going back. It's possible that the one in Atlanta, she may have put that one in her name too, the Airbnb one. Which is why he has to get that one refinanced, because it's not even a refinance, it's more of a transfer of property. Girl, these two, Mercy allowed herself to allow this man to get all up in her pockets and finances. I don't really blame anyone but her. But in terms of Gerald being a man, you that's these are soft moves, and a real man wouldn't do these things. So I hold them both responsible for doing lame shit. But let's hear this the last little bit. Okay.
so that I can
And
start the
don't forget to hit the
Airbnb, I
like
already
button,
have the tenants
guys.
at the top. But once I can start the Airbnb, that's additional income coming in, and then I'll refinance that house and give you the money back since we're still living in this house anyway. So what I would do now, I can take you to the bank and give you $60,000, which is majority of the money that which is all the money that I owed you initially, with the exception of $500, and then the 25,000 that's already in the house since the house is still in your name and the deed hasn't settled yet for it to come into my name. We can hold up on that, and you refused. You said no.
Because
No,
she
I
don't
never
trust you.
refused.
Hi, Tanya
So you
Johnson.
said
Good
yes.
morning.
I never refused.
You said
I told
yes.
you yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't tell me
Yes, I
yes.
told you. I did say yes.
No. Then why did you take that? Why did you want to put my name on the house?
I never didn't want to put your name on the house.
I had given you $60,000. I gave you 17,000 towards selling sellers
You didn't
concession.
give me anything. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, I'm
The
saying.
only
Let me
money
explain
you
it to you.
gave me was $60,000 after I cried and begged you to give me
I
my
said
own
that
money
already.
that you owed me back.
I said that already.
So anything else, you didn't give me anything.
Can I say what I was saying? I already explained what you said already. I explained that already. I'm not saying.
I never, ever, never, ever said that I wouldn't give
let
you
me
a house or this and
no.
that.
Listen to me now. Listen to
I
me.
never said that.
Listen to me. Come on, please. Come on. Many times you and I sat here and you were telling you your mind. This is your house. You put that in my face many times I ever went online.
Let's sell the house. When you see things like that, they're triggering.
Sisters and brothers, as we celebrate fathers specifically today, I pray that you might use.
This guy is a piece of work. So she ends the conversation with, let's just sell the house. It's over. She's not interested. She doesn't want to be there. It's done. At the end of the day, look, this is a cautionary tale. Don't allow these men in your pockets, okay? I mean, if he doesn't have his own finances to run his businesses, don't do it, okay? Victoria, girl, you said your husband woke you up, asked you if you were okay. Girl, you need to get some rest, baby. That the baby must be keeping you up. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, this is a cautionary tale. Mercy Gono, YouTube 1.6 million. Girl, she got problems just like everybody else. But this is really, really sad that this woman has to deal with this, but she's gonna have to learn for herself. She knows better. You could hear her talking in the video. She knows better and she should be doing better. She knows that she was engaging with this man in a way that she really didn't need to, and that she was doing way too much. And she was allowing him way too much leeway with her money, her pockets, her finances, all of the things. And that's why she's in the trouble that she's in. So at the end of the day, I mean, there's really no one to blame but herself. Okay. Um, but she got really mad and salty at the people. I think she was just trying to have to reconcile that she really did mess up. She was trying to reconcile. She messed up. She made some wrong moves. She allowed Gerald to really get in where he didn't need to. And that's her own fault. So at the end of the day, I wanted you guys to hear that, but I'm gonna pull another video that I think is so interesting when they moved into that house. That is just kind of like, oh, okay. And when you see the house, honestly, you see one or two rooms typically, but it's really a very nice place. You can kind of get a glimpse of it when the sheriffs came to serve the protective order and they took him out of the house. But yeah, I think she's actually probably trying to prepare it to sell it, because there was an episode recently where she had a real estate agent come over and she is starting to work on painting and doing some repairs because she's trying to get the biggest return. I hope for her sake that she has taken him off the deed, and or if so, she has collected the documentation, and then she's got this recording of the deal that they're supposed to have, and when she sells the house, he'll get little to no proceeds. But if they've taken the majority of the equity out of the house and she now has a loan for over $300,000 in her name, then that's a problem. So hopefully if he gave her 60,000 cash when this was recorded, she paid that down on the note, but honestly, I may have just kept that in my pocket just so that when the house settles, it settles and I'm not out of money. But I don't know. I think she's going to be out of money dealing with this guy. This guy is way too deep in her pockets and it's very unfortunate. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today for this reaction. We will talk about some other stuff later. If there's anything that you guys want me to react to, let me know down in the comments. Someone did yesterday, if you're listening, mention that they wanted me to react to Aisha's new video. So that's Aisha Everything. What video it was, I don't know. She did a try on haul for Matte Collection where, I'm just going to be honest, I think she'd smoked a blunt before she did that, because homegirl was feeling herself in that video. Now, the other video where it was a vlog and they were going to be at the club at the end. There was a lot going on. She talked about that episode of P Valley. I'm not really sure, but if you guys are following Aisha Everything, I'm going to find out from sis who wanted me to react to that. But I know that there's some Keisha stuff to talk about. There's some Aisha stuff to talk about. I don't know if we're going to do that later or tomorrow, but we will get caught up on Keisha. And we will also talk about Aisha's new video. So I don't know which one sis wanted me to speak on, but I watched her last two videos that went up, and we will talk about those very soon. If not later today, tomorrow. Okay. Let me know down below. Hi, Dr. A. Hello, everyone coming in. If I didn't speak, good morning, sis. Hi, Deandra. We need to do a video on Keisha from this morning. Okay. So let me watch it. I got to go ahead and get myself working. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. I got to get moving and get up off this internet, and then I will see you guys much later. Okay, so let me watch Keisha's video while I'm working, get all the way caught up. I watched the Aisha videos so we can have a nice long Keisha chat. We might do that this afternoon. If we don't do it this afternoon, it will be early in the morning. Okay, try and get on here like 7:45, 8 o'clock tomorrow so we can have plenty of time to get all the way caught up on Miss Kaylee and the renovation shenanigans, the splash the Don driving your car all around town shenanigans, the countertop shenanigans, your friends low-key shading shenanigans, all of the Keisha Kaylee shenanigans. Okay, guys, take care, have a wonderful day. I will see y'all later. If you're watching this on the replay, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video. Share it, share it, share it, share it. I appreciate that so much. Chrissy's head went through the wall, y'all. When Chrissy's head went through the wall, what happened to Chrissy? We need to do a video on Keisha. Check. Mercy brought 2 rental properties that she is renovating. I saw that. Girl, you know I saw it. I keep up on this stuff. But yes, she's got the 2 rental properties. Fran, check Instagram when you get a chance. Someone probably already sent it to you, but it I thought it was pretty interesting. But I thought it was pretty interesting. Yes, tell your girl Keisha she's with the dude. She's the main benefactor. All of these women out here paying, like, carrying the financial load for these mannies is ridiculous. Okay, I will check my Instagram. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and shut this down. You guys are awesome. Know it, okay? Know it and show it. Love you guys. Mean it. Toodles, okay? Okay. All right, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you next time I go live or drop another video. If you love content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure your notifications are engaged so that when I do go live, when I do put up a premiere, you can go ahead and jump right up in this chat. Okay.